11th question. Define carbohydrates and write the classification of carbohydrates. So this is very important for university examination. Carbohydrates can be defined as these are the polyhydroxyaldehydes or polyhydroxyketones or the compounds which produce them upon hydrolysis. By the definition, what we can understood is the polyhydroxyaldehydes. Polyhydroxy means the carbohydrates having more number of hydroxy functionalities with aldehyde functionality or ketone functionality. So are the compounds which upon hydrolysis gives polyhydroxyaldehydes or polyhydroxyketones can also be considered as carbohydrates. For example, if you take the starch, upon hydrolysis starch can give monomeric units, that is glucose monomers can be produced. So glucose having polyhydroxy functionalities as well as aldehyde functionalities. Then coming to the classification, the carbohydrates are classified into various categories based upon the hydrolysis. Upon hydrolysis, how many number of monomeric units or monosaccharides can be produced. Based on that, the carbohydrates are classified into various categories. First one is monosaccharides. So these are the compounds which upon hydrolysis does not give any further monomeric units. So they have the general formula of CnH2O taken n times, or which can also be represented as CH2O taken n times. Here the carbon hydrogen oxygen ratios are 1:2:1. In the general formula of carbohydrates also, here you can see that general formula CxH2O taken Y. Here the X which can also be represented as CnH2O taken Y. Here N is equal to number of carbon atoms. If N is equal to 6, we get C6H2O taken 6 times. The general form, it becomes C6H12O6. That is the molecular formula of glucose. The next, coming to the oligosaccharides. The carbohydrates upon hydrolysis give 2 to 10 smaller units or monomeric units, or the compounds which give 2 to 10 monosaccharides upon hydrolysis are called as oligosaccharides. Examples are disaccharides, trisaccharides, tetrasaccharides are comes under this category. So first one is disaccharides. Upon hydrolysis, the compounds which give 2 monosaccharides are called as disaccharides. For example, maltose, sucrose, lactose. These are the examples for disaccharides. Maltose upon hydrolysis gives 2 glucose monomers. Lactose upon hydrolysis gives 1 galactose and 1 glucose. Sucrose upon hydrolysis gives 1 glucose and 1 fructose molecule. Then next, coming to the trisaccharides. Upon hydrolysis, these compounds give 3 monosaccharides. Examples are raffinose. Next, tetrasaccharides. Upon hydrolysis, they can give 4 monosaccharides. Examples are stachyose. Polysaccharides. So polysaccharides upon hydrolysis give more number of monosaccharides. For example, if you take the starch or cellulose, whatever, they can, upon hydrolysis they can produce more number of monosaccharides or monomeric units can be produced. They are tasteless molecules. That means the polysaccharides are not having any taste. That's why we can also call them as non-sugars.